Okay, sorry for the delay, folks. We had a bit of technical difficulties. Should be up and running now. Uh, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between. Welcome back to Spartan93 Gaming. I am your host, Spartan93, aka Firehawk5150, aka Lucas. And we are back in Tank Simulator. I apologize for everything right now. We're going to try to get it all worked out. Hopefully, it's all squared. Yeah, so I'll just go through the schedule and we'll get back to it. As of right now, we're looking at Star Wars Outlaws on Saturday. Might be pushed back a little bit, but we'll see. And then Minecraft Dungeons on Tuesday, and back in Tank Simulator on Thursday. So yeah, that's all I've got for now. So let's go ahead and get on into the game, shall we? Okay, that's working. Okay. All right, let me do a quick sync chat check. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Quick sync chat check. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, and we still are good on frames. So yeah, let's go ahead and get on into this. All right, so last we left off, we were in this. We were working on this Panzer. There's the music. Awesome. All back up and running. So I have a little surprise for you guys in this game. While I've been playing Space Marine, I've also been playing this because my son loves watching me play this. Yeah, he's only 4 months old, but he loves the sounds and stuff. So I been playing it with him, and we haven't done any tanks that we haven't shown on stream yet, but we did go out and dig up a tank because I found out I can also find stuff from my museum in there. And we found a tank that I was so excited to get because on YouTube someone had talked to me about this tank, and I was just ecstatic. I was like, oh, we found it, we found it, we found it. And I am super excited to have this tank, and I was like, oh, I really want to work on this tank. I really want to work on this tank. And my wife, of course, who's also my producer, is like, no, it's a new tank. Can't use it. I'm like, ah, man. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, super excited about that. And gonna do my best as far as making up for lost time. But it all comes down to the kid. So, unfortunately, if I have to go for Bray, I have to go for Bray. So we're going to try to run this as best we can. Bray's been a little finicky this week about his feedings, so I don't really want to leave my wife with a very upset little guy and having to feed and put him to bed, because we had a ton of fun with that on Tuesday. He does not like going to sleep for me. He likes to sit up and talk. Hey, there's my best fan. Alright, so we need an engine head. And for the people telling me, yeah, you can order all the parts. Yeah, I know I can, but then what fun would it be for me to just do that on stream? I think this is a Panzer. Is it a 3 or 4? It is a 3. Okay. So I need an engine head. Yeah, I don't know what caused. There was like some type of networking issue that I was having, and I reset the network. I reset my Xbox. I had to reinstall Tank Simulator. It was a nightmare. Reset my computer. Had to unplug and plug in the Elgato. It was just everything going wrong at once, and yeah, just not a good start. But hopefully we'll be able to give you the content that we promise and give you 2-hour episodes, and not encroach on my life too much on that. So Bray demands more vertverts. I'm working on it, buddy. What are vertverts? Vertverts are the favorite sound of my son, which is the What? I just bought that. I just bought that. No way. That is... I mean, you heard the cha-ching, right? Oh, it was for a Panzer IV. Ah, I'm an idiot. Well, when we get a Panzer IV... Yeah, it's been a week for the stream equipment. I'll tell you, I needed a new controller. I needed to update stuff. It's just nuts. Well, I bet you I need another exhaust manifold. So many Panzers. Probably stop that. No! Will I go back into Space Marine 2? Possibly. I have a Warhammer friend that's really into it, so there's a possibility. What am I missing? Air filter pipe. Of course. Though I will say, I think I might need 2 of those and 1 of those. Though I will say, if I bought all the parts, I could get more tanks done. Wish you could play Space Marine 2 as well. Or wish you could play the tank game. Of course. Oh, Space Marine 2? Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, we could play. I know he's too young to really understand the concept of it. I mean, we could, but yeah, it'd be tricky. We can figure something out, probably. Alright, engine is completely done. You know what? With our time crunch, I'm gonna do something stupid. Save time on you guys. Because I hear the tank that I have to do is going to take time. So. Here come the verts. Actually looks pretty atrocious right there. That's, I'm guessing, steel grading. Yeah. Vert. I mean, Space Marine 2 did just come out with like a announcement about like what their next steps are and all that, and it looks like it's going to be like new enemies, new maps and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited about that because it means new maps, new features for character customization, all that. So yeah, there's still a future for Space Marine 2 to come back on the channel. So I wouldn't worry too much about if it'll come back or not. And if and when it does, hopefully we could get another copy for Meg and be able to work something out to where Bray can stay a little longer on Tuesdays or Thursdays for team up day. I think Blood Angels is like one of the newest DLCs that just came out. Or was there from the beginning. But I think you could be a Blood Angel, yeah, because I played with a Blood Angel. Son of Sanguinius. The Emperor's Angel Boy. I mean, you could look up character customization, Hun, on your phone and, vert, see what options there are. But I do know you, gotta kinda, I think maybe you have to do the single player first to, like, unlock some stuff for customization. I'm not totally sure. But I know you can unlock more stuff as you play the missions and the multiplayer and all that. So beware the red thirst. Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with people on Space Marine 2. It was enjoyable. It reminded me a lot of playing Halo on co-op. And they all had very good sense of humor. At least the ones I spoke with, I'm sure we annoyed the heck out of the people who didn't want to talk or didn't want to roleplay or anything like that. I'm sure that annoyed the hell out of them. But you know what? I'm having fun, and if other people want to have fun, that's great. Turret condition is not complete. I will say that because of it, I do know Meg kind of took a deep dive into like listening to content creators on Warhammer and stuff like that, and she kind of took a bit of a deep dive, and might have been a bit much for one episode she watched. If I remember correctly, no, it's a content creator watching another content creator. Something's not painted. Something is not painted, and I must find. Sorry, I'm just constantly checking my I'm just constantly checking my OBS because I just do not want to lose my feed. Okay, there's still more. What's missing, Doc? There's a fastening. All right, there we go, 100%. All right. Whew. Nice. I'm going to be freaking out about. All right, so let's get this thing running. Start with fuel. Okay. Oil. Yep. And coolant. 2 tanks of coolant. Okay. Now we can try turning it over. Yep. That thing going. Woohoo! It lives! Is this one of my... Yep. Finally finished this order. Alright, so now we can bring in the beast that me and Bray found. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I hardlined my computer into the modem now, so we should not have any disconnects. I do apologize. It's so annoying when that happens. But with us directly hooked into the modem, we should be fine. Meg, if you're watching, could you please type in the chat and say hello? Gonna check this. Check, check, check. Good. Check this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Check this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Awesome sauce. We are back. Okay. From now on, I am just going to hardline into the modem. That's just ridiculous that happened. And that I haven't done it is just stupid. Anyway. So we've got a tank out here that is waiting. We found this monster. Me and Bray were digging around. And we found a tiger. A tiger. Pretty much Panzer 6 Tiger. And this is a beast of a tank. So we're going to move this tank. First off. Gonna do a bit of a favor. Alright. Then we're gonna do the breakdown and the cleaning and all that. And now we're gonna move you. And it has guns. So this is going in the museum. Bay 2. Alright, so now that we've done that, let's go check out our scrapyard. I think this is another T-34. Yep, T-34. I mean, I can get money for these. Not that I really need it. We're working on a new museum piece. Alright, so we're not going to take a break tonight. We are just going to run straight to 8:30 because of all the issues we've been having. So, let's go ahead and get to work on our tiger. Hey, there she is. So, chat's working too. We're back up and running. Going to work on Bray's tank. Bray helped find it, so it's Bray's tank. All right, so let's strip this baby down. Now this, most tank enthusiasts say that the Tiger tank was like the greatest tank out of World War II. I'm not gonna say no, but because there's a lot of things that it had an engine. The thing about them was they had a very underpowered engine. Oh, verts. They had a very underpowered engine, and it caused a lot of issues. Like, they would die a lot. I know the KV-1 had that issue, too, with Russia. So this is all the bolts. No wonder this is going to be Bray's favorite tank. There's so many bolts. Yeah, Rio, if you're still, Meg, if you're still watching, have you recovered from your accidental super dark dive into the world of Warhammer 40k? So many bolts. The guy who told me about this is right. I might. So, what I ended up fixing was it was a network error, and something with my Wi-Fi was acting up. So I hardlined this straight into the modem, which I should have probably been doing since I've started. And I think the only thing I need to do now, I mean, it's a fix. I have it fixed. So the only thing I think I want to do is probably get a longer Ethernet cable so that I don't have a wire at tension across the room, because this wire just fits. So, alright, this thing's got ammo in it. Look at all that ammo! Alright, back to it. Come on. Oh. Oh. Let's see. Back to the question list. Do you have... Oh, yeah, it turns out the OP YouTuber did have chapters in the vid, so you can skip the dark over the top torture detail and go to the bug chapter. Good, I'm glad you recovered from it. Let's see, from the question list, what is your favorite non-Space Marine unit? Oh, for the record, I don't really play Warhammer 40k. But as far as from what I've learned from the lore, I love the orcs. The orcs are great. Anything that just runs around with a Cockney accent and just talking garbage like a bunch of rowdy soccer hooligans, I love it. That's how I see orcs. They're just a bunch of soccer hooligans. It's just great. Sisters of War? Oh. Sisters of Battle, you mean. Yeah, don't they... I mean, some of their stuff's pretty dark, though. Don't they have, like, minis where it's like a half-naked woman strapped to, like, a pipe organ or something? Oh, the Adaptus Mechanica? Yeah. Yeah, the Mechanica guys are pretty good. From what I hear, though, they are like the most expensive, like one of the most expensive armies. Man, so many parts. Oh no! Oh, well, Bray's gonna get his verts. Yeah, then the lobotomized baby they're not babies anymore. they're clones. They're not babies anymore. They're not like real babies anymore. Get them ammo for the sisters, yeah. Yeah, they're clones now. They're grown creatures because the babies thing just made it a little too far. I had a relative. I'm not sure how. She was related on my mom's side. I don't know directly how. I think she was an aunt, but she was a nun. And the thing is that the Sisters of Battle are like battle nuns in my, from what I understand. So whenever I do that, I'm like, I wonder how Sister Clara would have been. But yeah, but no, she was a sweetheart. But very nice woman, very very kind. She passed away a while back, but very nice lady. Always very nice to me and my siblings. So, but the Sisters of Battle are like, they're like the how dare you kind of zealots. If you think the Inquisitors are bad, I think the Sisters of Battle are, like, worse. How dare you not yield your unflinching loyalty to our Grand Emperor? Yeah, they've got some... I mean, I will say that the models are very interesting. Believe me, if I had any twinge of talent as far as like painting and stuff goes, and big thing, money, I probably would have taken up Warhammer if I had known about it and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure if it would have been a selling point back before I was dating and eventually married my wife, but but as of right now, for like D&D and stuff, we'll design miniatures and stuff like that. We'll use like Heroes Forge or something like that, and that's always fun. But I could never have the patience or the steadiness to gotta collect all this ammo. To paint. I know my sister-in-law, she would be able to. Or my brother-in-law's wife. That's still a sister-in-law, right? I mean, yeah, because there's actually, I think there's like two female groups. There's the Sisters of Silence and the Sisters of Battle, I think. Unless the thing is that I think there was like an issue with one of them, and like they didn't sell very well, so I don't think they make models for them anymore. Because I know the Sisters of Silence is what's brought up a lot. But I do remember Sisters of Battle, and it was like they had like tanks with pipe organs on them and stuff like that, and it was kind of weird. I will have to say, if anyone's looking for like a gentle entry into Warhammer 40k, I highly recommend, and I believe Meg highly recommends them too, is Teaching My Girlfriend About Warhammer 40k. It's a very easy, like, shallow end dip into the Warhammer idea. They just started doing the Primarchs. I think they just released a new video, so I think it's the Iron Hands Primarch that they just did, that they just released on. Oh wow, that gearbox is in there, ain't it? So I know they did Leman Russ of the Space Wolves, one of my favorites. They did Horus. Yeah, they're going down all the Primarchs right now, I think. They did all the Chaos Gods, except for the one that was taken out because of a copyright issue. They didn't do him. And they're also trying to put in the like Age of Sigmar stuff, which I don't know much about Age of Sigmar. I know that's a fantasy setting. And I recently started watching If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech device. And I am laughing my butt off every episode on it. It follows a custody who has the Adaptus Mechanicus put a text-to-speech, like Stephen Hawking text-to-speech device in the Golden Throne, and the Emperor just complains and asks questions as to what's gone wrong in the 10,000 years he's been asleep. I'd also recommend Bricky, but on all the alien races vid, keep in mind the Dark Eldar race. Yeah, the Dark Eldar race is dark because they are victims of Slanesh. And Slanesh is the goddess, the demon prince, the demon prince of excess. So whatever they perceive themselves to be at the time. The one thing I keep hearing is, you may want to cover braziers on this one, hon. Whenever they refer to Slanesh, they like, well, it was all fun and dandy until Slanesh was murder fucked into the universe, and that's pretty much what it entailed. And that's kind of the way the Dark Eldar went. I think the Dark Eldar fled into the Webway to hide from Slanesh. So they could keep being depraved and all that other stuff. And then some Eldar live on colony ships that are powered by ghosts. And of course, one of my favorite characters in these episodes, I think it took till season 2 or 3 of it that they introduced Scarbrand, which I knew about Scarbrand before, but he comes in and Scarbrand's like, I hate traffic, I hate this, I hate this. It's like, and then it's like, It's like, Scarbrand would never do anything like that. He is an honorable person. And Scarbrand's like I think a greater demon of corn, and it's just funny to see. Scarbrand hates this portal. But yeah, it's pretty funny stuff. I'm about like I'm maybe in like episode 26 of it. It's pretty good. But it's all satire, and none of it's like canon or anything like that. They even say like, what we respect what Game Workshop does and all that, and our stuff is not trying to reflect on their material or anything like that. It's just funny satire. So, and I can respect that. It's I guess you could call it like Warhammer abridged. And then I know there's like one episode that's gone around like Facebook and stuff where it's like, how can you mess with people through the Astronomicon? And then it cuts to like a spaceship, like, have you located the Astronomicon? And like, I did, but as I looked at it, it was flipping me the bird. like what? Scarbrand hates being outside. Scarbrand hates being inside. Scarbrand will stay in the door frame because Scarbrand hates it slightly less. I love that bit. But yeah, he's like, the astronaut, it was flipping me the bird. It's like, how can an astral beacon flip you the bird? And then one of the little cherub things comes by like, the great lord has told us to go fuck ourselves. And then one of the Adeptus Mechanic goes, oh, I will go get the power dildos. Also, it's just so weird. And then, of course, it cuts to the original, too, like, indeed, these are dark times. But it's a good series, nonetheless. There's a lot of comedy. It really goofs on the Ultramarines a lot because it's like, oh, it's the Blueberry Poster Boys. They're like, well, they're probably the greatest chapter ever. And they're like, what? Like any like diehard Warhammer person would be like, excuse me. But that's the thing, is that the Ultramarines are always the poster boys. They're always, I think the only other ones that get like a lot of hype are the Grey Knights or the Custodes. And it's just really, it's really funny when people just start bashing on the Blueberries. Though Meg likes the Ultramarines. So I can't bash on them too hard. Yeah, they also did a podcast thing, but it only ran for like 4 episodes. Hey, when something works, it works. When something doesn't, it doesn't. Alright, looks like that is pretty hollowed out. Looks like we've got a little bit of damage on the side, so we'll fix that. Take one more check on this back panel, make sure there's nothing. There's a pretty good breakdown. There's going to be a lot of bolts. Yeah. The blueberries are your 4th fave? Yeah. I know she likes the salamanders. I wish I could remember all the ones she liked. She'll probably list them off. I know she likes the Blood Angels, that's for sure. The Sons of Sanguinius. The Blood Rage. And for the record, I don't hate the Ultramarines. I mean, they're all I used to see. I'm like, is always these blue guys? Aren't there any other ones? And I mean, I played as Captain Titus and all the other stuff, so they're cool. They are what you call the Swiss Army knife of the Space Marines. So, I mean, you can't despise them too much. But the only, like, oh yeah, and then there's the Black Templars, which are part of the Emperor's Fist, which the Black Templars are like the most, how do we put this nicely? Racist? Like, they do not like Xenos at all. Though they do have a Salamander's Blood Angels Alpha Squad. Oh, she does like a Chaos faction. I forgot about that. The Alpha Marines and Ultramarines. So, but yeah. Sorry, got an itch. That's better. Okay. But yeah, let's see. For me, it's the Salamanders, the Space Wolves, the Carcharodons, Space Wolves are 5th. Okay. The Emperor's Executioners are 5th. They're a bunch of space Vikings. Yeah, of course they're low tier. Sorry, I just have a really bad itch and it's not going away. Okay, there we go. I'm better. No, Ultramarines are 5th. Okay. Let's see here. Space Wolves are 4th. Okay. But yeah, as far as like other, like outside of the Space Marines, orcs. I love orcs. It's just a bunch of guys. It's a bunch of rowdy bar guys, pretty much. It's like, hey guys, let's go get in a fight. Yeah, let's go get in a fight. And also, just the stories you hear about orcs are hilarious. Like, I think I brought this up before. The orc that time traveled to kill himself. Oh, my favorite Chaos God? Oh, boy. It is a toss-up. I mean, it's not... Khorne's probably the least of my favorites, because, I mean, he's kind of a predictable one. Then I think it would be Tzeentch is number 3. I think Tzeentch and Slaanesh are probably 3 and 2. So I mean, Nurgle is pretty good. I don't think I know. It would probably be. I mean, Khorne's pretty particular. I mean, it's kind of pretty straightforward with him. I like fighting. If you're cool, I'll bring you back so you can keep fighting for me, yada, yada, yada. Nurgle, in all honesty, Nurgle freaks me out in the sense of, I mean, it just, the body horror of it, it's well done, but it's really disturbing. Especially when you hear about how some of the body horror is, like, there was like one guy who was turning into a disease marine, and he was like, he's like looking at one who had like tentacles coming out of his eyes, and the other one was pretty much just an anus for a face. And I'm like, oh, so I'd have to say Tzeentch or Slaanesh for the top 2, then Papa Nurgle, and then Khorne for the last. Because because I do like with Nurgle, I like the idea that he thinks that everything he does is a blessing, because he appreciates life and death and all that. He's like, oh, you things need to live, and if things live, they rot and decay, and there needs to be disease to help balance life and all that. And so, and he thinks he's doing good, which everyone's a good guy in their mind. So yeah, so Nurgle, I like I said, it's probably a toss-up between Slaanesh and Tzeentch for the top two, and then Nurgle, and then Khorne. So, if I'm being fair and honest, that's how I see it. All right. I think we are almost done taking this apart. And then, oh, I still have the engine to do. Forgot. Look at all the stuff in here. Yeah, so there will not be a video straight up after tonight, because I'm going to have Clay piece the bits together. And it's also going to be a long vid, so yeah. Not that it really makes a difference if it was a long vid or a short vid, but yeah. So I want to make sure that he at least gets the first part in and all that, and get it all taken care of. No frame drop. We're still holding strong. That's good. I heard a fire engine. I thought it was Bray. Bray's been getting really loud recently. Just not in his crying. His crying stayed about the same, but his talking is getting very, what we call talking. He's not like speaking words yet, but he is babbling, and it's very adorable. But he gets very loud when he's excited to talk to somebody. I know he spent about 10 minutes talking to me on Tuesday, because Daddy doesn't put him down much, so he babbled and babbled and babbled. But I mean, I probably would have to say Tzeentch would probably take one over Slaanesh, because Slaanesh, when you think about it, you are just reminded about what happened to the Eldar, and like, wait a minute. But yeah, back on the orcs, one of my favorite orc stories is the guy who went back in time to get a second version of his gun. I just found that hilarious. Just like, that is so, and it doesn't even deal with paradox or anything like that. Just hilarious. No interest in Slaanesh. Surprise, surprise. Well, yeah. Dark Eldar. Hello. Alright, so let's get this stuff taken care of. So let's start with the rust remover. Ooh. So there's a part that we need to fix. So that was the killing blow. Is that hole? Okay. Is there any structure in here? Oh, as an... Well, yeah. Well, you could be ace and still go into excess. I mean... it's not just that. It's like drugs. I'm gonna need that rust removal tool back. Alright, so let's fix that quick. Peachy. Alright, next one, Sandblaster. Might have to hop into that and see if that one part I had to go in and de-rustify. Needs my sandblasting prowess. No, it's sandblasted. Sweet. Wonder why it doesn't have me pull out that block there. That seems like... Let's see. But I do know that the funny thing about the Tiger tank is I happened to find it on a day I had been listening to like an orc's view of things, and I think one of the episodes was an orc's opinion of the Tiger tank, and it goes the best Umi tank, and he's like this thing's so, he's like, it's so junky, it's got these so many wheels on these stupid treads, and just like very orky kind of stuff. It's like, oh man. Brilliant. Oh, I better get my stuff going here. Let's see here. We are working on a tiger. Yeah, tiger. Select all. Repair what I have to. Here we go. Now, time for paint. Primer! Oh yeah, that doesn't paint. Alright, toggle. Pink on. Yep. Tan. Everything in here is painted. Alright, so first things first. Let's get that engine built. Okay. Uh, let's see. Anything particular outside the main stuff of Warhammer you like? I like the memes. I like the memes because there's one that I love, and I can almost quote it by heart now. And it is the one with the Emperor of Humanity talking about lemons. And I think it goes, I just found out that lemons are not naturally occurring. It's actually a hybrid of crossbreeding, a hybrid of a sour orange and a citron. Therefore, life never gave us lemons. We made them all ourselves. And he just starts pelvic thrusting to some old music, and it's just hilarious. Yeah, that's one of the Warhammer things I really find funny out there is just what fans create. So it's pretty funny stuff. Let's see. Anything associated with Tank Simulator in my questions list? Oh, now that you are capable of testing and driving tanks, will you be doing that more? Depends if I really want to with a tank. I definitely want to do it with this Tiger for sure. And fun little fact, there's only one working Tiger tank, and I think it's in Britain. They have to fire it up at least once or twice a year to make sure it keeps operating. Believe all the other, if there are any other ones, they don't operate. But there's one still in operating order in Britain. And there wasn't a lot of them because of materials in Germany. These were one of the last tanks produced. I think the next to one after it was the Maus, which I believe is Maus in German. So yeah. And then there was, of course, the Dream Machine, the Rata, but that never came to be. That was only an idea. It's this huge land tank. I mean, they're all land tanks, but huge land ship tank. Verts. In Space Marine 2, what is your... My favorite weapon of all, I mean, with the campaign, I loved the Thunderhammer. The Thunderhammer was awesome. And if I could earn that in multiplayer, that would be one of the big weapons that my Salamander would have. And probably my Space Wolf, too. Yeah, it's a fun weapon. I know a lot of people are hoping that Custodes end up being a playable alteration. But the thing is, though, is Custodes don't usually leave Terra, so that wouldn't really make sense for them to be a playable character. Unless they did something where you were on Terra, I guess. What I'm hoping is they'd let us fight orcs. That'd be great. Orcs or Tau or Eldar. Because the Tyranids are cool, but I really wanted to fight orcs. Oh, Necrons. Necrons would just be terrifying. An enemy that all you hear is just metal clanking. An enemy that doesn't really talk. It's just so creepy. What do I think of? Oh, I love Warhammer Titans. Warhammer Titans are cool. I'm also a big mech fan, so when I see Titans, I'm like, ah, mech. And of course I'm like, no, it's not BattleTech. Don't go bringing that around. I don't care. It's a mech to me. Yeah, so, I mean, Imperial Knights, those are pretty cool. The giant, like, juggernaut ones are just so intense. It's amazing. Just how big they are. I have a buddy who printed off an Imperial Knight, and he's like, it's about $1,000. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, he's like, it's about 3 feet tall. I'm like, you are kidding me. He showed me like a side-by-side of someone who had finished one and them standing next to it. I'm like, it's the size of a small child. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's monstrous. Uh-oh. We got a problem. Well, let me vert. There we go. Oh, I hear Bray. He sounds like he's being a little fussbot. I will say though, if anyone wants to watch something that's really, really interesting, I would say watch The Last Church. It's pretty good. They did change a name of a character in it, I think, but I didn't read the original. But there's videos out there, and I think it's very well done. It's kind of... It shows you, like, the logic of both sides and the illogic of the idea of a good idea with good intention also being a bad idea. So, yeah, I watched it a few times. I watched it as someone watching it, and then I watched it myself, and it hits in a way that I'm like, yeah, this is kind of like my argument on things when it comes to like religion and stuff like that. But in this one, the arguments being made are like, oh, it will work because I'm doing it. I'm like, that is some hubris. That is some hubris. like how are you any better than the people who did? Oh, because it will be me who's in charge of it, not just some person who doesn't understand how being a leader works. Like, oh boy. I mean, the way it ended didn't surprise me, but it didn't really go the way I thought it would. I really don't want to spoil it for anyone, but let's just say I kind of thought that in my head. I'm like, well, he's either going to be convinced and like wander off into the distance, or he's going to not be convinced and end up having his brains blown out or being executed, something along those lines. I never thought that he would be convinced to join the Empire. But the way it ended, I was satisfied and still surprised. So it met a few points of what I predicted, but not it exactly. So, gosh, there's so many wheels. See why the orcs don't like the tiger tank. The thing, I don't think they had air drills back in World War II. So all these had to be done by hand. Do you imagine that? Maybe they did. Maybe they did, I'm just not remembering. But in the field, removing these, that would be... That's every bolt by hand with a wrench. Whoa. So many bolts. That guy was right. I do hope that if anyone's watching this from Florida, I hope you guys are doing well and recovering from what's going on down there, and that the chaos caused by certain people spreading misinformation has stopped and has allowed FEMA to do their job and help people get what they need and get all that they are reserved to, despite what people are saying. Find that horrible that people would... Nap time has been achieved. All right. Hope he takes a good long one. what would it take for me to get into like Warhammer tabletop? Take about 10 years off. Put me about 10 years back in time, and give me a six-figure job, and the skills to be a great painter of small things. I'm gonna say I love D&D. D&D is such an easy thing to get into. The only difficulty of it is math, and if you're a DM, just getting the material to like do stories and stuff like that. I mean, the thing is that D&D is so easy that even my wife is looking into running a campaign. So that's pretty awesome. With Warhammer, people are like, oh, you just get yourself an army and you go fight. They're like, those kits can cost tons of money. And then I also found out why a lot of people do Custodes, because you only need 6, where an entire army of blueberries is like 20. Am I excited about the Warhammer series that's being underway? If they do it right, I hear that Henry Cavill is really, ever since his experiences with the Witcher series, he's very strict, as in what he is allowing people to change and stuff like that. So I hope he holds to his guns, and we can see how it goes, because the first season of Witcher was pretty good. Then it went a little haywire. Check and see why he left it, and then it tanked. So, but oh, and here comes the question that everyone is. All right. Female Custodes, yes or no, and female Space Marines, yes or no. I don't really know much. From what I hear with the Custodes, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, interesting stories. For the Space Marines, I know I'm gonna get someone on my butt about this, but I'd say no, and I have a reason why. Because, and this is just my own theory, is that if you look back at what the Emperor of Mankind did with his original army, the Thunder Warriors, he made them so badly that they, by the end of like his first campaign, they were literally like falling apart. And so then he makes his Custodes, who are like awesome, no flaws, except they are completely blind to his order and all that. I think. Again, I may be wrong. But having them be multi-gender, they don't see an issue with that. But with the Adeptus Astartes, I think he'd be like, I need to make fighting machines to fight. And I'm not saying that, and that's in no reason saying that a female, I mean, they considered it, but I think the underlying thing was you were making weapons, and it was the Frankenstein effect, the true, like the original Frankenstein idea. Why would I make 2 monsters that could recreate and make more monsters? From that narrow mindset. Because the Adeptus Astartes are unfeeling, indoctrinated fighting machines. And yes, some with their own quirks, but they are built and bred to follow orders and fight. That is what they are meant to do. And I could see the Emperor going like, I want humanity to inherit the world. These guys, which are above human, I don't want them to produce beyond what they are, and then make it impossible for humanity to take over and stuff like that. That's just my ideas from things I've heard and reasonings from other people. That's just how I see it. That if you, I'm not, but this is in no way saying that if you want to write your own fan fiction of a female Astarte or something like that, good for you. Go do it. Have fun. If you want to kit bash something together, hey, go ahead. Have fun. I'm not going to judge you on that. But as far as like anything like that, from what I've heard, it makes sense as to why they're all male. And I'm always a person of inclusivity, but if it works for the story, I kind of back up what works with the story. So, because I mean, you don't really find a lot of, and I could be wrong again, you don't really find a lot of Astartes falling in love or anything like that. They really are just like, I need to finish the fight. I need to complete my mission. I need to do this. I need to save my chapter brother. That kind of thing. There's not really a lot beyond that. So, but that's me. That's just my limited knowledge on it. So if someone wants to rip me apart in the comments, go ahead, rip me apart in the comments. I do not care, and I'm just giving my own opinion. So, yeah, rip me apart later. A lot of tow ropes. So wait a minute. This is an air filter? Ah. Interesting. Alrighty. Battery box, battery box. There we go. Like there's a lot more I'm missing here. think I could put the engine in now. Ah, vert. See here. Okay. What am I missing? Missing something. Something's off with the engine. Oh, my engine isn't done. What am I missing with my engine? If I have to take the whole engine apart. Uh-oh. That was weird. Thing's acting a little funky today. We will finish the Tiger. Okay. Oh, there's a problem right there. But I still have an issue with the engine, so... anyone asking about the delay on Saturday, the possible delay on Saturday is Megan and I are going out. So we're going to try to go out early, but if I'm a little delayed, I won't be delayed by long. We're usually pretty fast eaters when it comes to going out. We usually just like to go out, have a good chat, and then get on back to stuff. But my mother-in-law decided to take on the little guy and keep an eye on him for us while we go out and relax. Okay, so let's try this engine build again. So. So it's got all of its machine guns back. It's $100 per shell. Wow. A lot of armor piercers. Alright, that's fully resupplied. That was probably it. Yep, engine's done. Alright, let's get this bugger in. Got the tiger back together! But before we get this monster going, we gotta make this break. So, in here is another tank we found called a Wolverine. Haven't been able to work on you yet. Yes. So I have to remember, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to apply, I have to make sure I apply. So. Ooh, a wee willy. Can't accept that. I need to swap the Wolverine to... If there's a Wee Willy. Oh boy. I think Wee Willy was more of a transport than an actual tank. I mean, I won't be able to put this in my museum or anything, but... Alright, let's see what we got. Where? Okay, so it's not out here in the staging area. Alright, that's fine. What we got over here? Looks like we've got another armored... This is an M8. That's a Greyhound. Why not? I've got storage. I think this is Shaman. Yep. Wouldn't be surprised to find a lot of Shermans, because there were a lot of Shermans made. Fast, easy tank. All right, let's get back to the Tiger. All right. So, paint room. That looks terrible. There we go. There we go. Okay. And apply. Take a look. All right, that's going into the museum, but first, I'll get this thing up and running. All right, glug, glug, glug. Sounds like the little guy's up. All right. Oil. Glug, 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 glug. Coolant. 2 coolants. Okay. Glug, 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 glug. Okay. Next. Glug, 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 glug. All right. That's everything. Cranky, 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 cranky. Yes. Now, what everyone wants to see. Take it to the test drive round. Tank's moving. Oh, I killed it. Cranky, 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 cranky. Get in there. Get in. Drive a slot. All right. better position I could be in for this? Nope, this tank's high. Alright. The mighty Panzer! Oh, we gotta approach this right. Come on. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Keep going, beast. All right. So with that, let us take this thing out to the firing range. Gonna go back in the workshop. We're going to take this thing out because everyone wants to see this one fire. Then we're going to put it in the museum, and then we're going to start on the Wee Willie. See, they even have for the proving grounds. See, I know that in like the T-34, I was not firing rounds with sound. They were just firing. And all right. Oh! It's close. Oh boy. These are the high explosive. Yeah. Oh, that's gone. That's gone. there goes that. It's the other round. Oof. Wait for it. Fire! I hit it. I mean, this thing is point and shoot, I tell you. Oh. Can we take down the tower? Come on. I don't want to spend all of our time on the gun range, but I do like destroying. I hear break. That's far. Ooh, that hit that. All right. All right, you're ready to go to the museum. So we'll get this one set up in the museum. We'll go start the Wee Willie. Hopefully, maybe finish it, but we're stopping at 8:30, no matter what. So yeah, that's an M20. I've built several of those on stream. So I hope he's okay. What's tank slot 5? Oh, I should have like camo painted this one. Oh, perfect. That's where we wanted it to end up. We're looking for the Tiger, which I think is this one. Oh, that's a Panzer V. That's Wee Willie. Nope, that's Panzer II. That's a Maus. Stug. It's Pershing. KB. Sherman. Ah, the Tiger. There we go. It's the first one. What is tank? Alright. I hate to do this, but I kind of want to take it back to the shop. No, it's Area 5. Oh, we also did find some neat stuff with this one. We found these collectibles here. And these guns I found with another tank that I dug up. I want to kind of put a camo pattern on this. We'll make this fast, I promise. If it's the Tiger, that looks like a Tiger. Well, the Tiger tank itself. Kinda like that one. Oh, wow, that hurts. It's kind of a toss-up between that one. Oh, I actually like that one. But I think I have something that looks like that. This'll work. We'll apply that. That's awesome. Look at that. Alright, back to where you belong. Area 5. Alright, so let's move the Wolverine and get the Wee Willie in here. Sorry, buddy. I'm going to go check my junkyard, but I better get the Wee Willie in here first. You're the Wee Willie. Oh, I hear Bray's super happy. There we go. Bray's up there. Listen to the song of my people. Alright, let's quickly run out to the yard and then we're going to get to work on the Wee Willie. I still have that Vickers I got to work on too. I really want to work on that Vickers too. I put it into storage so that I wouldn't build it before you guys got to see it. There's tanks. Oh, is that a... That looks like another Panzer. Yep, that's another Tiger. Why not? Sell it. This might be a 76. Nope, it's an 85. I have so many T-34s. Or 84s, whatever they're called. Yeah, so many 34s. Alright, let's get to work on Wee Willie. Sing the song of your people, Bray. Sing the song of your people. Alright, first things first. We gotta take off the engine. Little Willie. There is no turret on this one. Yeah. That is a lot of roller wheels. Wonder why I can't take those wheels apart. Oh, okay. He's a singing boy. There's something. So this thing looks like... Oh, man, was it chain drive? Jeez. This thing was slow. Gotta take that fuel cap off. Steering mechanism pipe. Why are some of these parts just so difficult to remove? There we go. Now, will the Wee Willie go into the museum? Maybe. If I want to get a mouse, though. A giant mouse. And put it in there. That'd be awesome. A little Willie. Sorry. I keep saying Wee Willie. But maybe that's just my mindset. It's like you have to hit these small wheels just right for them to go. There we go. Gotta get into the right perspective is what you need. Gear, got the drive shaft, got the floor. Oil tank needs the oil cap removed. Oh man, this thing got a through and through. Oh, Bray. You just sound so tired. He's really tired, is what he is. Oh, it got 3 shots to it. Ooh, that's an interesting thing. He's singing the song of his people. Oh my goodness. Oh man, look at that seat. That guy did not have a good day. Steering levers. I do not believe the assistant made it out of Little Willie too well in hand. Buddy, he's breaking my heart. There's much else I can take off a Wee Willie here. I'll do a quick walk around. A few things. All right. Wee Willie took a lot of shots. Oh, man. Kind of brutal. Oh, he's not sound happy. Hang in there, buddy. All these sleeves. Okay, he does not sound happy. I'm checking in with Mom. I'm going to see if I need to stop because he sounds really upset. Yeah, he does not sound happy at all. I'm not sure if he's going to last an hour. I'm going to try and get this welding done, and then I may call it, because Bray just sounds really, really upset. We're trying to see if we can make it to 8 o'clock, but he just seems like he doesn't really want to. Okay. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to spray this down. and then we're going to call it for the night, guys. So I'm going to start doing the spray down on this. Going to start derusting. So we appreciate your patience tonight, and sorry the stream is so awkward. Just one of those technical difficulty nights that just got out of hand, and we worked with what we had, and unfortunately, as I said, baby comes first in these situations, so we're just gonna get this taken care of, and we're gonna get to him taken care of, because he's been really loud over the last hour, and that usually means he's done for the night. So I don't want Mama getting stressed out, and I don't want to be unfair to her, so gotta be a good dad, you know? So remember, our schedule is going to be Saturday is going to be Star Wars Outlaws, of course, and continuing that. And then we will be... God damn it. We'll be then back in Dungeons on Tuesday. And then back in this on Thursday, where we'll probably finish up Little Willie here. So, unless something else comes up. So yeah, we've got this all polished out, and we'll just remember to get out there and subscribe and like us here on Twitch, and to follow and like us and ring the bell on YouTube, because all of our videos end up there. This one, I'm not sure when it will be out, because we got to have Clay take a look at it and do some splicing. And that always takes time, so, but he'll get us taken care of as best he can, as quick as he can. And now that we got the hull painted and we're going to be ready to be throwing parts on, we're going to call it here. Remember, guys, get out there, discover, explore, create, innovate, and we'll see you here next time on Spartan 923 Gaming. You take it easy, have a good night, and thanks for the understanding, guys. Alright, time to go take care of the baby. Little buddy's probably starving.